our lead this hour is from the Bronx Zoo. Oh, what a grand stage there. The Big Apple. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Game 3 of the World Series on a chilly night in the Big Apple. The hobbled Shohei Ohtani and the Doyers up 2-0. Now, John Smoltz pointed out on the Fox broadcast, and he was there with Joe Davis. John Smoltz pointed out that while it was not a must-win game for the Yankees, it really was a must-win game for the Yankees, right? Fall Classic, Aaron Judge, home. You fall behind 3-0, and the fat lady's warming up out in the bullpen, and she's not throwing the baseball, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so if you did not watch, and maybe you were watching the football game, I was able to watch both. It's called multitasking. So if you didn't see it, Freddie Freeman, a guy that went over a month without a home run near the end of the season, and all of a sudden he is the spark plug. He is going to be immortalized forever as the World Series most valuable player, the way this is going, as Freddie Freeman sparking the L.A. offense. Yet again homered for a third straight game, 2-run shot to get the Dodgers out of the gates, and then Walker Buehler, who was absolute dog food when he came back from the second Tommy John surgery of the season. If you had told me that Walker Buehler would be this good in the playoffs, considering how he had pitched in the regular season, I've said, you're nuts. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a loser. And yet, here we are. Yeah, here we are. Walker Buehler did a good job. The bullpen, there was one little glitch at the end there, but other than that, mostly silent from a futile New York Yankee offense. And the Yankees now, I've done the math. I've done the Maller math. The Yankees have 9 hits in the last 2 games. That's not good. I didn't play baseball, but that's not good. And 3 extra base hits, one of them that home run by Verdugo in the 9th inning, but the game was all but over at that point. They also struck out a bunch, 11 strikeouts in the game on Monday, 4 of them looking. And so the Dodgers find themselves now 3-0. Now, you don't win the World Series when you win 3 games. You do not. And the Dodgers do not have all the momentum. There is no such thing as momentum. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the Dodgers have all the momentum. They don't. But they're up 3-0. They only need to play well 1 of the next 4 games. And they are atop the mountain of Major League Baseball. Now, this is not going to be as impressive as far as the championship is compared to 2020, which was the hardest championship ever in the middle of a global pandemic in a different type of baseball season. But this will shut up a lot of you losers, okay, that are out there. And that's nice. That's always nice. So let us discuss the question: who gets the biggest slice of the authentic New York blame pizza for the Yankees? So I've got jeans, whale of a tail, and launching pad. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a nice tropical vacation, which is where your favorite Yankee players will be soon enough, on a nice tropical vacation. So my first thought here is you got to give right off the top half the pie, the entire New York, authentic New York blame pizza pie. You got to give half of it to Aaron Judge. He's the franchise. He's the forever Yankee, and he's living up to the nickname that hack writer John Heyman gave him, Arson Judge, because it has been arson in the postseason for Aaron Judge time and again, and it was supposed to be different. You talk about false advertising, a chance to turn around the narrative, and that old line Reggie Jackson had back in the day, as long as you got the bat in your hand, you have a chance to turn the story around. Well, Aaron Judge had a chance, and he still has a little bit of a chance. It's not completely over, but it's all but over at this point. And instead, he has confirmed, it's confirmation bias, if you will, that his name is synonymous with Dave Winfield, who was known when he played for the Yankees as Mr. May. It was a derogatory nickname that the old boss, George Steinbrenner, gave Dave Winfield. Now, George Steinbrenner ain't walking through that door. He's dead. But his kids don't have the same gusto, right? If the kids had the same fire as George Steinbrenner, then Aaron Judge would have all kinds of monikers on his name. And until proven otherwise, though he is Mr. May, He's got defective genes, I have determined. He's lacking the clutch gene. Now, what is my evidence? Judge, in 12 World Series at-bats, is hitting .083, which I believe is interstate in the Midwest. He's hitting .083. He's 1 for 12 in the World Series with 7 strikeouts. He's hitting .140 with 20 strikeouts in the postseason altogether. And if you look at the big picture from 30,000 feet up in the sky, the presumptive 2024 American League Most Valuable Player is a lifetime 196 hitter. He's under the Mendoza line with 15 home runs, 31 RBIs, and 86 strikeouts in his postseason career. Any way you slice it, you're getting some poo with Aaron Judge. That's a reality. But wait, there's more. So, page 2 here. Where do the Yankees go from now? For now, I mean, the Yankees are down 3-0 and all that, and the series is not over. They still have to play again on Tuesday. It'll be on Fox. So for the Yankees, where do the Yankees go from here? Well, it's a whale of a tale, the old whale of a tale. So if you're approaching this measurably, you would say, okay, how do you eat a whale? One bite at a time. The Dodgers are a blue whale right now, the biggest whale out there. They take up half the ocean, the Dodgers. Massive whale. And so if you want to eat that whale, you got to get one bite of blubber at a time, one delicious bite of blubber, and chew on that blubber. And Dave Roberts, now I'll tell you this, Dave Roberts is giving the Yankees a lifeline. Yeah, I do not like this. I hope it works out for the Dodgers, but I do not like it, Sam. I do not. These Fugazi bullpen games, I cannot stand them. So you start with that if you're the Yankees. Now, then I would have Alex Verdugo walk around the New York Yankee clubhouse there in the stadium burning sage. Bring out the special smoke clouds, cleansing the area of the negative energy and the evil spirits that are haunting the Yankees and clear the way for the comeback. But the plan for the Dodgers, you just keep on keeping on at this particular point here. You finish the race, be persistent, be determined. Ohtani is a decoy like his dog. It looks like he can't hit. It's fine. They can still win one game without him. They won this game without him, even though he was in the lineup. He walked one time, but it's unlikely he's going to get a hit the way he looked. So as long as he's in there, that's fine. If you're persistent, you're determined here, you're going to win this thing. Probably not in 4. It would be really nice because the mighty Yankees, all those championships and all that championship pedigree for the New York Yankees, the Yankees have been swept just 3 times in the World Series by the 22 New York Giants, but that doesn't really count because there was a tie. Yeah, they had ties back then, 100 years ago, over 100 years ago. 1963 Dodgers, the Doyers, the L.A. variety of the Dodgers, and the 1976 Big Red Machine, the Cincinnati Reds. That's it. So the Dodgers have a shot. Not a great one because they're going with a bullpen game. We call it spring training game, but that's what they have on Tuesday night. They get the win. They sweep the Yankees out, and first time the Yankees will have been swept in the World Series since 1976. And you normally say that would cost Aaron Boone his job, but this is, again, not the kids. The kids are running the team here. They're not as passionate as the old Steinbrenner clan, so who knows. Now, the last word, and a number of you were fascinated by what happened before the game, and I will try to describe to you what happened before the game because it's more of a visual thing. There is audio. But Major League Baseball's marketing arm decided to send out Fat Joe to entertain. That was their counter. If you remember at the earlier moment here in the World Series in L.A., they had Ice Cube come out. And so Fat Joe's turn to hype up the crowd there at Yankee Stadium before Game 3, and he walked out and had the mic, and he was humming bars out there at Yankee Stadium. And how did that go? So the way I will answer that, you say, well, I'm biased. I obviously like the Dodgers and all that, but I would argue that the effort was made. The success of that effort did not happen. Now, are the conspiracy theories true? Like, because the obvious one would be, hey, if you're going to take somebody out there to just throw some bars out, you'd get Jay-Z. Now, there were 2 theories going around the internet. One is that Jay-Z is too big a star to be bothered to go to a baseball game. The other is he's too toxic now because he's tied to Diddy. and that there might be some funny business coming out about Jay-Z. I don't know if any of that's true, but you would think you'd try to get, if you're baseball, wouldn't you try to get Jay-Z rather than Fat Joe to do that? But they had Fat Joe out there, who now looks like Ozempic Joe. He's lost a fair amount of weight. Good for him. But baseball, it shows you that not every idea needs to be following through on, because baseball was all excited. They got some great PR. People were praising them. Ice Cube absolutely nailed it when he was walking through the outfield down to home plate at Dodger Stadium. I mean, he absolutely nailed it, right? I mean, everyone, the place was buzzing. People were praising Major League Baseball. Oh, my God, this guy was great. What a great day. And then you had Fat Joe, they're trying to piggyback Fat Joe on Ice Cube. And he went out there after this critically acclaimed performance, and he was on the launching pad, Fat Joe. And it's tough, man, because I love fat guys, and he's fat. Although he's lost a lot of weight, he's always known as fat. And so Fat Joe's on the launching pad, ready to take off, and it was a dud. Failure to launch for Fat Joe. It turns out the sequel is not the equal. And underperformance, much like the Yankees. That was an omen of things to come there. As, hey, he looks good. He's a tiny Joe, not Fat Joe. He's tiny Joe because he lost weight, whatever he's doing there. Looks marvelous, much better than his performance. And that set the stage for the Yankees to go out there and Clark Schmidt get stomped on by the Dodgers. And that Yankee pitching, you told me the Yankees had better pitching. That's why they play the games. And that's a reminder that the stats tell you what has happened, not what's going to happen. It was very erratic. The Yankees starting pitching very erratic. The bullpen has been patchy. And as a result, the Dodgers, the good guys, are up 3-0 in the World Series. If you'd like to be part, 877-99 on Fox. That's 877-996-6369. Also available for you if you want to be part of it on the X machine at Ben Maller. That is at Ben Maller. Take a lot of calls, commentary, and whatnot, as the mighty New York Yankees are now one loss away from going home. The season over. You're done. Goodbye. Na-na-na-na. All of that. And so we'll take your calls, your comments, the whole thing. We'll work our way through the entire overnight. And there is one storyline in particular coming out from the dysfunction in the Bronx about what this is all going to mean for the Yankees and the way they played in the World Series. I'll explain what I mean by that. We'll get to it, and we will do it next.